Jamaican army of 100,000 grandparents to be employed in 120 new hotels, earning $200 per week. Below is an in-depth overview and analysis of the proposal as outlined in your video script. The proposal envisions a transformative national strategy to turbocharge Jamaica's tourism industry while addressing housing and employment challenges. Central to this plan is the use of repatriation funds totaling approximately $30 billion, which are to be reinvested in building new hotels, affordable housing, and creating full-time jobs for Jamaicans, especially targeting those in rural areas and middle-aged individuals, including grandparents. Key components of the proposal. 1. Massive hotel development. 120 new hotels. The plan calls for constructing 120 large, all-inclusive hotels, each with around 1,000 rooms to stimulate the tourism sector, FDI and franchising. These hotel projects would be franchised to attract foreign direct investment, leveraging repatriation funds as a financing source. 2. Employment initiatives. 300,000 permanent jobs. Alongside hotel construction, the program aims to create 300,000 full-time jobs, with a special emphasis on employing 100,000 grandparents or middle-aged Jamaicans above the age of 30. Earning potential. This segment of the workforce is projected to earn around $200 per week, offering both financial security and a pathway to long-term economic empowerment. I have seen Jamaican diasporas in the UK who are in their 60s and 70s going to work in the UK. These are mainly undocumented or unskilled workers who do not have a decent pension. They usually do the cleaning jobs from 6 in the morning to 8 and 5 in the evening to 7 in the offices. I've seen these great-grandparents in the mornings when I'm going to work. I drove past them at the bus stops in -10 degrees, at 5:30 in the morning, waiting on their buses. Sometimes the ground has 12 inches of snow in the winter or just ice on the ground. Some of these Jamaican diasporas are from the same assembly that I pastored in the UK. Hence, I have first-hand knowledge of what I'm talking about. Sometimes they will tell me that it's the grand-nephews and grand or great-grand-nieces in Jamaica that they are trying to help, as they keep pestering them for money. Hence, if great-grandparents in their 70s can work under these conditions in the UK, then certainly grandparents in their 40s and 50s can work in Jamaica under much more favorable conditions in their own country, where they do not need to stand at a bus stop in -10 degrees in the winter. Three, affordable housing expansion. 300,000 affordable units over 10 years. In parallel with tourism and employment, the plan includes building 30,000 affordable housing units annually. This housing expansion is envisioned to help families build assets over time, potentially transforming the socio-economic landscape. 4. Tourism growth targets. Tripling tourist arrivals. To match per capita visitor numbers seen in neighboring Caribbean nations, Jamaica is targeting an extra 10 million visitors per year, thus significantly expanding its market share in the global tourism industry. Economic and social implications. Economic impact. GDP boost. The hotel developments, increased tourist arrivals, and job creation are projected to generate an additional $10 billion per year for Jamaica's GDP. FDI attraction. By positioning itself as a hub for repatriated funds, Jamaica may also attract further international investments into its tourism and real estate sectors. Social impact. Empowering middle-aged workers. Offering employment opportunities to grandparents and middle-aged citizens not only reduces unemployment, but also taps into a largely underutilized talent pool. This approach can help alleviate poverty while supporting community stability. Asset building through housing. The affordable housing component is designed to enable families, especially those who previously lacked secure housing, to build wealth over time. Alignment and challenges. Alignment with broader national strategies. Recent news and government initiatives underscore Jamaica's determination to grow its tourism and housing sectors. Tourism expansion. Articles from sources like Travel and Tour World note that Jamaica is already investing heavily in infrastructure upgrades, such as a new international airport in Negril and aggressive marketing campaigns targeting emerging markets like India to increase tourist arrivals. Housing initiatives. Government news from the Jamaica Information Service highlights ongoing efforts to boost affordable housing for low-income and disadvantaged communities. Policy environment. Additional developments, such as visa-free travel for 99 countries, including Spain as reported by HuffPost, complement these strategies by potentially increasing inbound tourism, which in turn supports the hotel and employment components of the proposal. Challenges and considerations. While the strategy is bold and multifaceted, several challenges will need to be addressed. Financing and investment risk. Relying on repatriation funds and foreign direct investment requires stable macroeconomic policies and investor confidence. Workforce training. Transitioning. A workforce that may have been out of formal employment for some time, such as middle-aged grandparents, into the hospitality industry will necessitate robust training and support programs. Infrastructure and sustainability. Building resilient hotels and housing units that meet modern standards, especially in a hurricane-prone environment, is critical. Green building practices and disaster-resilient designs must be integral to the projects. Social equity. Ensuring that benefits reach the intended low-skilled and disadvantaged groups without exacerbating existing inequalities will require careful implementation and transparent oversight. Conclusion. The proposed $30 billion repatriation funding program for Jamaica is an ambitious plan that seeks to simultaneously revolutionize the tourism industry, create widespread employment with a unique focus on employing middle-aged, often underutilized workers, and address the country's affordable housing shortage. By aligning with existing government initiatives and capitalizing on Jamaica's natural and cultural assets, this multi-pronged strategy aims to deliver significant economic and social benefits. However, its success will depend on effective execution, robust workforce training, sustainable construction practices, and vigilant governance to ensure transparency and equity throughout the process. This comprehensive approach not only highlights the potential for transformational growth in Jamaica's tourism and housing sectors, but also demonstrates how strategic investment can create lasting opportunities for traditionally underserved communities. Conclusion. The proposed $30 billion repatriation funding program for Jamaica is an ambitious plan that seeks to simultaneously revolutionize the tourism industry, create widespread employment, with a unique focus on employing middle-aged, often underutilized workers, and address the country's affordable housing shortage. By aligning with existing government initiatives and capitalizing on Jamaica's natural and cultural assets, this multi-pronged strategy aims to deliver significant economic and social benefits. However, its success will depend on effective execution, robust workforce training, sustainable construction practices, and vigilant governance to ensure transparency and equity throughout the process. This comprehensive approach not only highlights the potential for transformational growth in Jamaica's tourism and housing sectors, but also demonstrates how strategic investment can create lasting opportunities for traditionally underserved communities. Please note, because wages are so low in Jamaica, there are rooms to increase the low-wage pay and still remain competitive in terms of wages in other Caribbean countries. Hence, minimum wage needs to be doubled over the next 5 years between 2025 and 2029, raising it from $15,000 to $30,000 per week, a minimum of 15% pay rise every year over the next 5 to 6 years. Minimum wage has more than doubled in the last 4 years, from $7,000 in 2021 to $15,000 in 2024. Hence, doubling the minimum wage over the next 5 years will be a slower rate of increase than the last 4 years. A key factor is that we need our minimum wage workers to be able to buy a house in Jamaica and raise a family. Thank you for watching another episode of my series titled $30 billion Repatriation Money Available for Jamaica to Claim. Funding to build 30,000 affordable housing units each year, employing 300,000 Jamaicans in permanent full-time jobs, and earning an extra $10 billion each year for the country's GDP. Some key features of the $30 billion repatriation funding program are 120 hotels to be built across Jamaica, especially near areas with high unemployment rates, earning an extra $10 billion each year for Jamaica, providing 300,000 permanent full-time jobs for low-skilled citizens in rural parishes across Jamaica, 300,000 affordable housing units to be built over the next 10 years, 2025 to 2034, 30,000 to be built each year. Franchises for the 120 large, all-inclusive hotels will be given to FDI, foreign direct investment, over the next 1 to 5 years, 2025 to 2029. Each hotel costing approximately $250 million to build, totaling $30 billion. All paid for by the FDI's repatriation money coming back to Jamaica. Minimum wage to be increased by 15% each year, reaching $200 per week in the next 5 years. This is part 13 of my current series. Look out for part 14. Some of my notes are available in the description section and some in the comments section of this post. Feel free to take part in this discussion on how to develop Jamaica. Thanks for watching this video. To support this channel, please click on the subscribe button. Share this video in your WhatsApp groups and send it to all your friends, as we try to demonstrate how the tourism industry can transform lives in Jamaica. Remember to let us know what you think about this video by leaving your comments below. God bless you, God bless the Jamaican Parliament, and God bless Jamaica. Until my next video, peace and love.